Hello there, debuters. This is Trestle242 and it's time for another episode of Morrowind. Now, as you can tell, our boy has got himself some quite nice new clothes. And I didn't want to film all the shopping because it's quite boring. But yes, hopefully you can now see him a little bit better. And he's figured that if he dresses a bit better, people might treat him better. Hence the swanky new robe, pauldrons, cloak, etc. And it is indeed time for our, well, aspiring hero to go see a man in a pub, apparently. Some fellow named Caius Cosades.
Come on, then. Say something or move on.
Hey now, oh, the weather is horrible. And I was supposed to go to some place called the South Wall. They said something about it being across the river, I remember. So, I guess... Ah, there's the river, excellent. Hello. Hello, Avadrim. I am Avadrim, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Do you know anything about... the place called the South Wall? Yes, South Wall is a working-class corner club in Balmora, east of the Odai River, on the southern end of Labour Street, owned by Bacola Closius. Alright, east of the river, well...
It would be wise to stay indoors, Outlander.
Oh, certainly. Oh, what? No. No, I'm new here. Eastward would be this direction, so east of the river. Alright, one of these houses, perhaps. Ugh. No, not this one. No, that looks to be like someone's home. I mean, if it is a pub, it should have a sign, right? It can't just be a regular building, right? Surely you'd put up a sign if you had a... Well, I say a pub, but it is a corner club. Really. Ah, there we go. I see the banner blowing in the wind. Guess this is it. Yes, the South Wall Corner Club. And the man I was supposed to see is named Caius Cosades. Or Cosades. Well, alright. Hello? Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Clalo. How may I serve you? Have you got anything for sale? We've got something for sale. We've got a purple scarf. And a bunch of other stuff that I don't really need. Well, pleasure speaking to you, I suppose.
Don't press your luck. You're on your honor.
Hello? You're a new face, so what can I tell you about Balmora? I like to swap the latest rumors when there's something juicy enough to gossip about. Or maybe, if you have a little secret, maybe I have one to trade. What are the latest rumors? The Legion champion, Larius Vora, over at Moonmoth Legion Fort, has sworn an oath to stop corruption. He hasn't had much luck going through official channels. The syndicates have got their people covered, coming and going. He'll never get anywhere working through the system. He's going to have to find someone who can get him around the system. Or through the system. Straight and hard through the system. I see, I see. Have you got any advice for me? If you want to know about a place on Vardenfell, go talk to a scout. And the scout I would talk to is alone. You can find her at a real trade house in Sedanin. She's travelled all over the island. Oh yes, I think I met her. Yes indeed. She seemed quite pleasant. Have you got a secret for me then? Talk to everyone. Talk is cheap. Ask questions. If you don't ask, you'll never learn. Well, fair enough. Hello there. Is down here. Alright. Something closes. Hello? Fainriel, welcome to Balmora. If you have a question, I'll be happy to answer it. Or try, anyway. And if just little advice you'd like, that's fine too. What advice do you have for me, friend? If you have the patience, sneak around everywhere you go. It will take longer and may arouse suspicion, but it's an excellent practice. Alright. Do you know where I can find this Bacola Closius, the owner of this place? He's the owner. He must be around there somewhere. Oh, and you're just the bartender. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hello. Only he stands there. Hello, Avadrim. I am Only He Stands There, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Have you got anything for sale? What? I don't offer any services. Who told you that? Alright, so you trade to other people, but not me. Who are you, Death's ally?
Beyond measure, Outlander.
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Clalo. How may I serve you? What are the rumors? Alright, you know about that, Larius Varro. Do you have any advice? If you're heading into the backcountry, always carry a couple of Restore Health, Restore Fatigue, Cure Disease, and Cure Blight potions with you. Do you know any secrets? Not really. Alright. Well, are you that closest guy? Tapius Adrescus. Do you know about this Bacola closest guy? Alright. Do you know about someone named Caius Cosades? Interesting old fellow. Been in Balmora a long time, since before the district's reorganization. He's been in some trouble, but apparently he knows some people. He goes off for a while sometimes, but then he comes back. I think he's a veteran. He's got some friends over at Fort Moonmoth. I don't know where he gets his money from, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't legal. Alright, so he's a bit of a shady fellow. Interesting. Interesting. Shirnir, hello. Do you know anything about Caius Cosades? That old grey hair gobbles sugar like it's scuttle. Shirnir is surprised that he still walks, but it doesn't affect him. That is the mark of a long-time user. Ah, so he's prone to indulging in a bit of the old skooma. I see.
Has no words for you.
Oh, I won't bother you. Sorry.
You have questions?
I do. I don't want to join the Thieves Guild. Thank you. But I guess I appreciate the offer, especially as it was offered so brazenly. Pretty, you know, takes guts to do that. Guess maybe he's upstairs? Hello? Good day to you. I am Bacola Closius, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I've got a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services, or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I might be able to help. What about renting beds? We have one available. It's 10 gold for the rest of the day. Do you want it? Maybe not right now, no. I have got a tent, so I could possibly camp outside Balmora if need be. Do you know about the gentleman named Caius Cosades? Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, and then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs and down to the end of the street. Oh, thank you. Could you please refill my water skin, thank you? That's very kind of you. Also, nice shoes. I like your shoes. They're you know, you can tell you're a respectable man. Only respectable men would dare walk the streets wearing shoes like that. Ah, out in the rain. Up the stairs, he said. And then what? Something to the west, maybe? Is it this house? No, but someone else's house. Is it that house, perhaps? No, that's someone else's house again. I better hope he's not annoyed. No, I mean, I would be quite annoyed if some random strangers came barging in through my door at 9 o'clock in the evening. But I guess he's busy with his skooma, if the other patrons of the South Wall are to be believed. Ah, well, here goes. This is supposedly his house. Let's see what I shall find inside. Well,
Yes.
hello there. What? Yes, I am Caius Cosades. But what do you mean you were told to report to Caius Cosades? What are you talking about? Well, that's it. They said I was supposed to report to you. Alright, so. You say your name is Avadrim Meru, and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Will you let me look at it? I mean, yes, they told me not to tamper with it, and I haven't even peeked, I swear. It's exactly as pristine, well, a bit scuffed perhaps, but it's more or less the same condition as when I got it. Yes, very interesting. So, it says here that the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders, Avadrim Meru? I don't know. What are your orders? Well, I mean, I suppose so. Good! Welcome to the service, novice Avadrim Meru. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but please leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now, or if you're in a hurry, I can give you the orders right away. But don't forget to visit the Blades trainers. Who are these Blades trainers? These Blades agents offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithlin, Tiermailin, and Ninetoes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Srain Leoriain. In Aldrun, see Gildan. Shorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Aldrun, and a lone scout can be found at the Rills Trade House in Sedanin. Alright, so you said with the Emperor, you're the Emperor, well, we are the Emperor's eyes and ears. What does that mean exactly? We're spies! We are the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports. And when the Emperor commands it, we obey. But we're only one of the many guilds and factions here in Morrowind. You should know a little about Morrowind's politics before you get involved with any of those other groups. Well, that does make sense. I apologize for a moment. I'm just pouring myself something to drink because talking a lot tends to make my mouth a little dry. Apologies for that. Hopefully it's not too annoying. Right. So, what do you know about the guilds and factions of Morrowind? Groups favoring the Imperial interests are the Blades, well, of course, as the Emperor's personal spies, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion, the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and Thieves Guild. Groups favoring the native Dunmer interests are House Redrum. Ah, yes, I like them. They're, you know, my family's served House Redrum since forever, basically. House Klalu and House Telvanni, the Temple, the Morag Tong, the Kamona Tong, and the Ashlanders. Alright, let's go through them all, I suppose. I know a bit about the Blades, but what do you tell me about the Imperial Cult? I mean, I grew up in the Imperial City. I'm not some complete ignorant. I wasn't raised by wolves in the middle of nowhere. But I'd like to hear you. What are your opinions and thoughts on the Imperial Cult? The Imperial Cult worships the 9 divines. The Aja, Akatosh, the Bella, Arkay, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kynareth, and Julianos, and of course Tiber Septim, the founder and patron of the Empire. In Morrowind, it's partly maintaining the faith for outlanders like us, and partly a missionary cult, bringing enlightenment to the heathen Dunmer. You can see Sumuthi's Vunnies at Fort Moonmoth to join, but you'd have to go to Ebonheart if you want to become a lay servant. Oh, No, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but no. I've got my beliefs, and you can kindly keep yours. What of the Imperial Legion? Which, again, I'm not looking to join, but just, curious. The Imperial Legion has several fort garrisons here on Vardenfell. The lower ranks handle law enforcement, escorts rescues dangerous predators, diseased and blighted beasts, and so on. Only one fort I can't speak today. Only one fort accepts recruits. Fort Darius in Nisus. Nisus is yes, really can't speak. Tripping over my own tongue. Nisus is a frontier outpost. Isolated, a bit rough, but good experience. If you're interested, you should see General Darius in Nisus, alright? And what about Fighters Guild? Again, know about them. Grew up in the Imperial City, but what are they like here in Morrowind? The Fighters Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Adis Fireeye, the Balmora guild steward. She's new, and I don't know her very well. Perseus Mercius, the Alderun guild steward, I know and trust, but he only handles the higher ranking assignments. What of the Mages Guild then? It's a guild with arcane arts, and it's where you'd go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up the ranks. The Mages Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Ranis Atheris is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice Ajira seems okay for a Khajiit. Good to know, good to know. I'm not interested in a Thieves Guild. I'm not a thief. I've abandoned that part of my life. But what can you tell me about House Redrun? I'm already thinking of talking to them and see, if maybe... I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but maybe they've got some work for me or something, some way to earn my keep. House Redrun is one of the 3 Dunmer Great Houses on Vardenfell. A very serious and honourable bunch. It's quite difficult for an outlander to join and rise in their ranks, but the Great Houses are where the power lies in Morrowind. Talk to Redrun councillors if you want to become a Redrun retainer. Alright. What about House Hlalo, the merchant's house? House Hlalo is one of the 3 Dunmer Great Houses on Vardenfell. They are loyal supporters of the Empire, open-minded in religious and cultural matters, and greedy and ambitious in the best of Imperial traditions. It's quite difficult to rise in their ranks as an outlander, but the Great Houses hold the power in Morrowind. Talk to the Hlalo councillors if you want to become a Hlalo retainer. What about the Telvanni? I'm not particularly looking to, join them, but I'm not really much of a mage. I know some magic, but you know how it is. House Telvanni is one of the 3 Dunmer Great Houses. Their nobles are 1,000-year-old wizards. Telvanni are supposed to hate politics, foreigners and everything else, but the Vardenfell Telvanni are apparently more ambitious and adventurous than most. I don't know much about them, I'm afraid, but they do hire some Western mercenaries, and some of them even rise to higher ranks. Talk to some Telvanni councillors if you want to become a Telvanni retainer. No, thank you. And what of the temple? I mean, I am a good... well, not really God-fearing, but my heart lies with the Almsivi, as it should. The Tribunal Temple is a native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Sotasil and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal. We typically just call it the Temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious. Hey, hold on. Well, I suppose you might think that, being, not being a Dunmer. Fair enough. But I find a lot to admire with them, particularly their concern for the poor. Exactly! They're not so bad. And they accept Outlanders as members, but very few Outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Feldrello Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking about joining. Well, as a matter of fact, I might, you know. And what of the Morag Tong? I know who they are, but do you know? The Morag Tong is a guild of executioners and assassins. They're completely legal and guided by a strict code of conduct. It is an ancient Dunmer society, steeped in tradition, but I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They're nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them. Well, you shouldn't, really. It's not for, you know, it's a Dunmer thing. Do you know what their name means? In Dunmeris, their name means Guild of Foresters. And we tend to see it a bit like... It's like they're sort of the foresters of people, you could say. So, you know, sometimes some tree might need cutting down. It could be that it's growing in an unfortunate place, or that it's blocking the path to something, or, you know, maybe it's fallen and is a hindrance or a danger to people. So you'd hire a forester to, you know, take care of it. And the Morag Tong work pretty much the same way. If you've got a problem with someone who needs taking down, you just talk to the Morag Tong and see what they can do. And the Kimono Tong, I've heard them mentioned before around here, I think. Who are they? The Kimono Tong is Morrowind's native criminal syndicate. They're tough and ruthless and have connections in the higher ranks of House Kalalu. The Kimono Tong compete directly with the Thieves Guild for control of illegal trade, and Kimono Tong will not tolerate competition. Compared with the Kimono Tong, the Thieves Guild is relatively decent and honorable, certainly less brutal. They don't accept Outlanders as members, so just forget about it. Fair enough. Again, I wasn't going to try to join them, but you know, hey. Then what can you tell me of the Ashlanders? I know about them. They don't follow the tribunal temple's teachings, and they live as nomads in the Ash. Some of them are herders. I think they herd Quar and Netch. And they tend to keep to themselves, which is understandable, I suppose. What can you tell me about the Ashlanders? I don't know much about the Ashlanders myself. Most people say they're just murderous savages, but most people are idiots. I know that they hate their settled Dunmer cousins almost as much as they hate the Westerners. They must be very tough to live out in the Ashlands. I don't think Outlanders can become members of the tribes, but I don't know why anyone would want to. Fair enough. Do you have any advice for me? About doing quests for factions. If you try to complete every single task you're given, sooner or later you'll run into trouble. Don't just assume that just because someone gives you a job that you ought to be able to complete it. If you get a job that's over your head, just be patient. Do something else for a while, and then come back when you're tougher, better skilled, and better equipped. Well then, what are my orders? First thing, Pilgrim, you're new and you look it. Here's 200 Greeks. Go get yourself a decent weapon, or armor, or a spell or something. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild, or the Mages Guild, or Imperial Cult, or Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain some skills and experience. Or go out on your own, look for freelance work, or just some trouble. And then when you're ready, come back and I'll have some orders for you. Based on your skills, I can't really recommend any faction specifically. You could try just freelance adventuring. But be warned, travelling in Vardenfell is no stroll in the garden. Alright. What can you tell me about these Blades trainers? I met Alone. What can you tell me about her? She's a scout and she lives in Seidanin, yes, indeed. What about Gildon? The Nightblade Gildan lives in Aldrune, the Redrun district north of here, beyond Caldera. Gildan is in the southeastern corner of the town, in a house right to the right of the steps up to the temple. Alright. And what about Nine Toes? To get to the Hunter Nine Toes, leave my door facing south. Go right, down the steps, then turn left and head south, looking for Historian left. Thank you. Who is Rithleen? The warrior Rithleen lives 2 houses south, upstairs. And who is Shorvara Horsemouth? Very Nordic name if ever I heard one. The master at arms, Shorvara Horsemouth, lives in a guar herder's hut in the middle of nowhere, west of Caldera. I've only been there once, and I couldn't give you directions. Look for him if you feel like a little hike. Maybe. And who is Surain Liriane? The mage Surain Liriane is in Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and half-stone house north sits between the twin towers of the North Gate and the Governor's Hall. Thank you. And what about Tier Malin? The healer Tier Malin lives 2 houses south, downstairs. Thank you. You've been very helpful. What is that book, by the way? The War of the First Council. Oh, we got a skooma pipe. And a bunch of skooma, I guess. Thank you for the drakes. Although I appreciate your offer of hospitality, if it's not too much bother, I would much rather just rest over at the corner club, you know? Oof, out in the rain. To the south and down the stairs was where that Nine Toes person lives. But I'll just get a room at the corner club and then... well, then I'll see what I can do in the morning. The publican was upstairs last I checked. Hello there. Well then, might I rent a room? 10 gold. Excellent. Very well, the bed is yours for the day. You'll find the door over there unlocked. I trust Balmora will treat you well. Thank you. If that's right, yes, it must be over here. No, that's the... okay, never mind. Not good with directions. Dear me. Well then, this is... it's a bit, you know, cramped, but hey. Time for some sleep. I think 8 hours is enough, or perhaps, yes, maybe 9. 9 hours should be enough, I would say. There we go. A nice night's sleep, and I'm rather thirsty, so I shall have a bit of a drink. Water. There we go. Perhaps a piece of bread as well. There we go. There we are, I'm doing quite well. Doing quite well. Good morning. Time to me to go about my business. Oh, and the weather is still awful. Brilliant. Now, where was it? I've already forgotten his instructions. Not this house. What's... here's Nine Toes' house. I suppose I could talk to him. If he's in. But I mean, it's quite early in the morning. He's probably... I hope he's not asleep. Be a bit embarrassing. Oh, good morning, good morning. Hello there.
Want something? What does it ask?
Hello there. Welcome, novice Avadrim Meru. Nine Toes is my name and Hunter is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice or some Morrowind lore with a fellow blade. Or maybe you'd like to catch up on the latest rumors. Do you have any advice? Oh, okay. What's about some Morrowind lore? There is always trouble in Morrowind between the Outlanders, the non-Dunmer Imperial colonists, and the Dunmer natives. Oh, certainly. What are the rumors? I'm trying to update our maps on the Bitter Coast. There are no good maps of this area, period. Islands, mountains, swamps, lakes, rivers. It's impossible. I'm getting to know the swamps and waterways here. Maybe as well as the natives, but I can't blend in with the natives, and I'm absolutely useless in the West Gash or the Ashlands. And I don't really see why the maps are so important anyway. Smuggling, maybe. But I'm wondering if they were thinking about landing and moving the legions through here, in case there's trouble. I mean, I suppose it does make sense for the Emperor to want accurate maps of Morrowind, given that it is currently an imperial province. But what blades? The basics we can teach you won't cost much. Advanced training, though, that will be expensive. If you're already skilled, it will be much harder to teach. Maybe I can help you out. Here's a little moon sugar on the house. You do know that trade in moon sugar and skuma is against the law, right? And most alchemists and apothecaries won't buy it. But Khajiit general will. Try Ajira at the Balmora Mages Guild, or Ravir, the trader here in Balmora. Sell the sugar and start saving up for trading. Alright. Nine Toes, how did you get your name? Yes, I am not. Yeah, alright, well. Right then. Yeah, well. Fair enough, I wish I could help you with the map. But I suppose I'm not really a scout, so I wouldn't know what specifics to look out for, except sort of, you know, there's a hill over there, or the big mountain over there, but... Right, anyway, I'll be off. Thank you for the moon sugar. Right. Time to sell some moon sugar. I think I'll try Ravir, the Khajiit trader, who tried to sell me some sort of... Oh, and the weather is lovely. This is beautiful. This is really nice. This is in fact excellent. Good morning, officer. Just having a bit of a stroll. Hope you're having a good day. Where was his shop? Could it be this one?
Do I know you?
Ravir, trader. Excellent. Hello there, Ravir.
Questions?
I would like to sell you something. There we are. Let's see, what have you got? Niche Scout Helm, interesting. A Huntsman's Axe. Not sure I want that one. A bunch of stuff have you got? I'm looking for something like a backpack or similar. I haven't got anything like that, do you? No. No, you don't. That's a bit of a shame. Because I could certainly use it. Maybe see through our barons. Fun name for a book. Frying pan, though. Well, no, I don't think you got anything I might want. So, yes, there you go. I should perhaps have a look at some of the other shops. I think this was a pawnbroker. I am indeed looking for just a simple backpack, really. Good morning. Anything you wish, Avadrim. You know I like you and want to help. In fact, with a good friend like you, I might even be persuaded to gossip about a little secret. Ooh, gossip! Oh, you didn't have a good secret. Oh well. Fair enough. Have you got a backpack? Ooh, no, that's not a backpack. That is in fact not a backpack. Bit of a shame. Is there anything here that I might want? Oh, sorry. Thank you and goodbye. Plus, I just have to keep looking. This Caius Cosades outfitter sounds like someone who might sell backpacks. Hello, my good friend. Have you got a backpack? You do! Excellent. No one's supposed to... Traveler's backpack. Has a sunshade. That sounds quite useful. I guess I'll have one of those. And have we got anything else that might be of use? Got a silver lure, which might be useful for something. I don't know. A fishing pole. Oh yes, a fishing pole. That might be useful. Fishing net, no. I guess a pork shell spinner, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about fishing, but I think it is one of those things that I thought might be useful. I guess I could sell the... I don't sure if you buy the fire salts. Probably don't. But I could sell you this leather bracer that I don't need. Perhaps it's better soldiers. What's this? That seems more or less reasonable. Thank you. And might I speak to your brother? What do you want? Well, what have you got? I got a bunch of spectacles, and I've already bought some quite nice looking goggles from you. So yes, I think I'm done here, really. Now then, I suppose I'd better go speak to... I think the Fighters Guild would be the best to speak to first. To sort of see, you know, what they're all about. And let me put on the backpack. Now I should be able to carry a lot more. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty stupid, but... You know, it makes me able to carry more things, so it's practical. I'm supposed to speak to someone named something Fire. Is it you?
So what's this regarding?
Sharskill, no. Is it you, Wayne? No.
Just don't keep me waiting.
It's you,
Like
Adis
to
Fire
walk
Eye.
a fine line, don't you?
Well, speak up, Dark Elf. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? Yes, indeed. You look like you could take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the Fighters Guild Charter. Alright. Your duties are to your lords and brethren. In all ways, proceed with honor and valor. Keep a keen and watchful mind and never succumb to the craven tricks of the weak. As a member, you are permitted to use the items in our equipment chest. It is traitorous to fight or thieve from other members of your guild. If you break these rules, you must speak with at least a warder of the guild to redeem your standing. Do you feel like you can uphold these simple ideals? You betcha. You are now Avadrim the associate of the Fighters Guild. Work hard, follow orders, and you'll do just fine. Are there any orders for me? I have a very simple contract to end an infestation of cave rats. You might be able to handle it. Cave rats, eh? Go to Drarain Thella's house. It's here in Balmora, along the river on the east side. Ask her where the rats are coming from. Kill the rats and get your payment from Drarain Thella's. Report back to me once you've taken care of this. Right-ho, what are the equipment chest? You'll find basic supplies in there. Arrows, bowls, healing potions. If you need more healing than that, you could enter the temple. We're able to resupply the chest once in a while, but don't count on it. Alright, well... guess that's it. Is it this chest? I don't think so. Fighters Guild rank associate. And I'm just sort of novice. Where were this? I mean, it's just, you know, I think it would be quite useful to, if they've got some sort of extra potion or something, you might, you know, have. Unless I'm oh, I am an... oh, never mind. I am an associate. It's locked though. Why would I keep it locked if... Well, I suppose it's locked for outsiders. Common shoes, some money. Bit of extra cash, isn't that? Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on. But it's time. Ugh. What's in the other one? Looks like a training room.
You want something, friend?
Quite alright, just having a, you know, new recruit, checking the place out. Yes, I said I'm done with the thieving, but, you know, they won't miss a couple seconds. There's the equipment chest. Alright, some restore fatigue, which I think could be useful. I'll grab half of those, I guess. Standard restore health, all of those. Cheap restore health. 5 of those. Iron bolt and armor's hammer. Maybe 3 of those.
Yes,
Right.
what is it?
Thank you.
So, where are you from?
Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Where I'm from? Oh, you know, I'm from the Imperial City. But, I mean, I'm done now. Welcome, adventurer. Looking for an equalizer. Something to give you an edge against a superior opponent. When you need to do a lot of damage in a hurry, you can't beat a poison blade. Try my inexpensive iron spider dagger and steel spider blade, or an imperial netch blade for even more bite. Well, what have we got? Stra. Mage's light steel cuirass. Interesting. Ignorant what? Ignorant wolf what? Never mind. Just a bunch of stuff, really. Nothing particularly useful. Right. Well, at least I know what I am about to do. Going to see a lady about her rat problem. Alright. I think that's it for this episode. You've been watching Trestle242 playing Morrowind. I hope you enjoyed this episode and will be joining me for many more to come. Wealth beyond measure, Outlander. And if you like this episode, why not leave a like or a comment? And if you really liked it and want to be notified of when there's more, you could always subscribe to my channel. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care now.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'll see you soon in the next video.
What's
Thank you. Bye.